our participants today, as everybody else, was really impressed with your career, and he is seeking your advice. Like, you worked at the World Bank, how to get hired into such international and renowned organization. Did you take any steps for that? Was it your plan to work in an international institution? How did all that happen?
Incredible question. Thank you. I never expected to work at the World Bank. I was having to finish my PhD in environmental economics in the United States at the University of Wisconsin. I had to go back to Chile, but there was a dictator in Chile. And I went back trying to get a job, and I was not part of this dictatorship. Therefore, I didn't get any job. But besides, this is good for you to know, because maybe this is out of your realm. I said to many organizations in Chile, high-level organizations, we are a very cultured country. I am an environmental economist. And people will say, what the hell is that? What are you talking about? We don't know this. What do you do? Anyways, I went back because the United States and the University of Wisconsin allowed me to do a postdoctorate, sort of an asylum type of thing. And then one day my professor, Dan Bramley, a very famous institutional economist, said to me, Alfredo, it's time to work. We cannot keep you with the scholarships. So I'll take you to, why don't you apply for international organization because of passports, visas, the practical things, At the time, I don't know if it exists today, because I'm not at the World Bank in more than a decade and a half. There was a so-called Young Professionals Program. So this friend of yours should try to see whether this Young Professionals Program exists today. And this Young Professionals Program was to enter this very mature organization at an age below 30. So since I was 28, 29, I applied to that to see whether I get a job. That was it. 6,400 young people applied for 14 positions. And I got one of those positions. I would say that these organizations, and I think it also exists in the UN, if I'm not mistaken, they have this niche for young people. And you need to enter that, because the World Bank average age of a professional at the time was around 55. There was this entry for young people, and we were very well taken care of. Coaching, teaching, training. When I went to Pakistan and Sri Lanka, I went with a very senior person who said, look, Alfredo, this is what we expect from you as an economist. This is what you need to calculate. This is the type of thing you need to do. So I was really coached during 1 year, about this. And when I went to India, it was incredible. The mission had an average age of 60. I was 28, so I had a lot to learn. So I would say that it's very important for the young generation not only be independent, and I understand that. I understand why they want to be independent. But I personally would advise to spend at least a decade of your life in an institution, in an organization, in a big organization, because you will have to work with others who have a different point of view, who think differently, who have different standards of quality, that, these large organizations had a lot of rules and regulations that you need to, adapt to, and so on. And I tell you, to me, the World Bank was something incredible. I'm not talking about the organization and the world, which we can discuss. I'm talking about me as a person. It was like a huge university. It was like an incredible opportunity to get to different countries, to different issues, to work hard, to really have a very high standard of quality, because the organization is really set up in a way that you get the maximum productivity and knowledge from the people you hire. So I encourage the young friends to apply. Then there is the Asian Development Bank, the African Development Bank, the United Nations, the Inter-American Development Bank. There are 5 or 6 international research institutes. There are many organizations that you can enter and you can learn a lot. And then after a few years, you can go and do other things. I didn't want to do other things. I was really, really very happy. And I spent 29 years at the World Bank.
Thank you so much for such a detailed reply that I'm sure everyone who is interested in working in international organizations would had something to learn about. But